Hi everyone, it's Crappy Kathy here, and I've got a double going on my channel today. It's Mixed Media Mayhem Friday, and this is the lovely layout that we are scrap lifting. It's by Julie Taylor, who, as you know, is one of my all-time favorite scrappy artists, and she just has so much layering going on, and even some stitching and some, kind of joined thread in the tags, and just layers and layers of embellishments kind of tucked in under the layers of paper and the photos, and then this little, these few embellishments coming down here. So I'm gonna do my best. And it's also Pinkfresh Friday, and I have used a combination of Sunshine on My Mind and Lovely Blooms, which are two, and then I think I've also got these Dreamy Florals, which the colors in these may work better than some of the others for what I'm doing. And I have a whole slew of embellishments, kind of a stack of them over. I don't think you can see where that is. Is that, yeah, there you go. And I've got this to do some smooshing on the white paper. I went ahead and did the layers. I just tore different layers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the top layer is white. I've got a plastic bag that I've tucked under that top layer, and it covers all of the bottom layers. And so I'm going to do my wet mixed media on here, and I'm going to try for it not to be too terribly wet. And then I'll do some curling, and then we'll place all of the other elements. So I know I'm going to have a couple of tags here, and I want to have a lot of textural interest on here, but I'm not going to do a stencil, like a full bore stencil filling the entire thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use as a stencil this piece of Pinkfresh paper that I die cut these leaves out of. I'm going to put them here and here and do some stuff through them, brush some ink through them. And then I'm going to use these two flowers, maybe this one down here, and it's going to go over the leaves. That one may go down here, and I may actually just let that be the only one. I have this one here, but I think I'm going to like it if I just kind of put that one right there. So we'll see where we go. The first thing I'm going to do is smoosh some color onto here. And I've got two colors of pink. One is Kitsch Flamingo. And you may wonder what this is. I just put that there so I can see this. It gets lost, especially if I have all the lights on. I lose things. And I'm gonna kind of blend that in with it and put it on both sides. I'm gonna spritz a little water. Gosh, I keep moving the plastic there, and I've got this double layer of plastic. So you can see what I've got there, and I'm gonna kind of turn it over and just I've picked up something that was on my table, and it's okay. It actually kind of just looks like it made a real pinky kind of color look a little more peachy. So I'm gonna quickly dry that off. And this is actually imparting some yellow onto there. And I may do this right here. I may just kind of, I'd like for that to fill out a little bit more. And so I'm just gonna kind of do that, and then I will spritz with a little bit of water so that it kind of moves around. And here's where I'll use that to kind of move it around. I want it particularly to get on the ends. And then I'm gonna dry it again. There, and I've got some on my, I really need to clean all of this because I wipe it off with the paper towel and it doesn't get all the pigment off. And so I end up with spots like that. And that's okay, it's all mixed media, right? Okay, so now, I'm going to take this and kind of loosely put that on there. I'm going to use the worn lipstick color and kind of, I want this to look like a faint impression of these tropical leaves on the background. And I'm hoping that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm gonna come right up here and do this one really hard there. And that kind of comes up. That's exactly what I wanted that to look like. And so now I'm going to kind of go a little bit off the side here. And it's okay to use these die cuts when you've die cut them out of paper. It'll work to use them as stencils once or twice. It's not the same as having a real stencil. So here you can kind of see what's happening there. And that's okay because I'm just going for delicate impressions. And okay, so I think I'm done with that. I'm going to toss that. And now I'm going to do something. Let's place these guys there, and I want that hibiscus here. And I'm just going to do it in white and let it stay white. It may pick up some of that color underneath, but I'm putting it on an area that doesn't have a lot of color underneath. So I didn't get that. Could you try again? Okay, I'm gonna kind of spread this out a little bit here. I want it very thin in there. I think when I did this before, it came out too thick. Some stencils are cut thick and you think, oh good, a good quality stencil. And the fact is, it actually makes it harder to get a smooth, clean image. Okay, that's very subtle, and when it dries, I may or may not do something to color it. I will more than likely leave it white. And I want to, before I go any farther, I want to add some gold splatters. And those gold splatters will kind of elevate the textural look, and I'm going to get some gold splatters on the texture paste here. This is Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and it was all the rage, oh gosh, 2011 maybe. And in 2014, when one of my frequently visited and wonderful, incredible scrapbook stores went out of business, they had a sale and they carried all the colors. So I filled in every color I didn't have. And then, you know, the new thing comes along, which were Diane Reevely's inks. And I kind of went to those, and these get kind of neglected. So, all right. I can see I'm going to have a little bit of a warpage problem, and that is not going to bother me because I know it'll straighten out. I'm going to put some liquid glue here. Oops. I kind of went outside the lines there. Oops, and I just smudged that. We'll see. We'll see how badly that hurt me. I'll go there, and there's nothing holding that. Okay, so now I'm going to place the tags where they're going to go. I'll put a little bit of glue on the very end, which is going to stick up at the very top edge there. But I want the tags to kind of peek up. And so I'll peel that. And let's kind of get that here. And that may not be dead center. In fact, I hope it isn't. But it will be kind of, I punched some clouds out of some of the paper in there. I want the photo to go kind of right here, and it could overlap the texture paste flower. And so I'm gonna pretend that I know that it's gonna go there. I'm gonna get some foam to go behind it because it'll stick better than anything else I do, and it'll give it a some extra height. So I think I'll do that. Okay, now, given that, well, you know what? I really need to put it down. I really do. Let me, because then I'll know, I may put it more over this way. because then I'll know which of these edges I can curl up. Now, in Julie's, she really curled hers up so that you could see the underside. And that's why I use this white paper. This was part of the packaging for the collection. So all of the patterns of the pattern paper are in squares there. So you can kind of see that. And then each of these papers is a double-sided paper. And it's gonna tear in some places, and that's fine. I'm also doing the Mind the Scrap summer challenge, and one of the prompts for this week is rainbow striped paper with at least 7 colors. Now this paper that I'm curling right now is in the collection, and it has 7 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, the blue, the green, the yellowish, and the pink, they don't all show. So I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to claim that point. But I may be able to sneak in another bit of it somewhere. Okay, and this, I could probably wrap that around my paintbrush. This just gives Julie's such a lot of texture and interest, and I love it. Okay, so we've got, and this gives me, you know, this, having these rolls is going to tell me where I can tuck things and where I can put my embellishments. So this one down here, and I'm hitting, there's not a lot of tucking space in some of these. I want to be sure that I have some ability to tuck things. Okay, now, and this photo is of our pool in Houston before we moved, and that's a raccoon in the daytime drinking the salt water from the pool. So I thought that was kind of, I love this picture, because I love that pool. And we had a raccoon problem we relocated the raccoons, as many as we could. I think about 17 of them we relocated to a place we lived fairly near some country roads in the Conroe area, and we took them where there was the cover of woods and nearby water features, so they could have water. And being the woods, there should have been plenty of food for them. But they're mostly nocturnal animals, and yet this one's out in the bright sunshine during peak swimming time, and just lapping up that water. Okay, so first thing I want to do is add some florals, because, you know, that's kind of what I do. And I'm opening this. I'm afraid I do not like, here's something I do not like. I do not like ephemera where there are combinations and there's a lot of white in between. I feel the need to fussy cut those out and kind of You know what I'm gonna do? I don't like this. This didn't come out very good, so I'm gonna cover it up. I'll let there be a little bit of it showing. It'll kind of look like some, and I may color it a bit. Let me put this on here, and then I'm gonna put a piece of really thick foam behind it. My title is going to be fairly large. So, whoops, my trash can fell and knocked over my glue. Okay. Okay, that's there, and I'm covering up even more of that. And I've got this, let me find, I really don't like that. I like the leaf sprigs. I'm a huge fan of leaf sprigs. And here's another one of those outline-y ones. I'm sure that's an official word. Let's see, I think my title's gonna go there. I'm gonna tuck this under like it's coming out of that layer of paper. So those are my biggest embellishments. I have another outline one that I'll keep out. I'm gonna place these off to the side because I don't really like how they're presented. These are the ones that go with this collection, and yet they're really bright. Look at all those reds and kind of harsh oranges compared to, you can see these papers here. So I don't know that I'm going to use any of those. I like this one and this one, but I think they're too big for the space I have left. I want things to get smaller as they come down. So I'm going to take these leaves and these leaf sprigs and that other one, and I may do this small pink flower. It kind of goes with the pink there, but I didn't, maybe that's my fault for choosing the wrong papers, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to put those over there too. This may, since I don't have any tags to come down here, I could do this there. This is upside down, but I don't think that's gonna matter, especially if I tuck it really far under. It really just looks like some bright color down there. Okay, there. And now, and there's this, which could possibly tuck in under here. But let me get some other embellishments. First of all, let's get the title. The title is going to be Poolside, either Intruder or Thief. I could say Poolside Intruder, What do you think? I generally like things that are shorter to spell, especially when I'm going to have to do them in alphas instead of a ready-made title. Poolside was cut from a pattern paper that has a whole bunch of words. It's from this Pinkfresh collection. And again, that collection is Sunshine on My Mind, and I almost wanted to make that. I guess I could put it here, couldn't I? Let's do that. And I could have it kind of tucked under there, so that you can't see that upper edge of it. And I'll do that. And then I'm going to get letters from here. And I want this alpha set has the pink and several shades of pink and orange. And this one has the cooler colors, blue, green, and yellow, which isn't really a cool color, but you know what I'm saying. Let's do this flower here because it's blue and it's next to the poolside. And then I'm going to get some things that aren't flowers to go down. I really liked, Julie's page is about afternoon tea, and she's got a lot of pictures that relate to tea. And I don't, mine doesn't have a theme like that. Let me put the letters here. Intruder I'm going to use, Poolside, and then I'm going to take these. I think the letters that would show up the best are the blue. So if I can find all the letters I need in the blue color, and I'm going to kind of do it a little bit wonky because there's no way in hell I'm going to get these straight. Pardon my language. I think I'm going to have, I'd already used some of these. And please tell me there's a blue R. There is. I knew I had. Poolside Intruder. Okay, the alphas now go back with my Pinkfresh stuff. Now, let's look at the, see, she's got like a word thing here and some phrase strips going down and some kind of icons there. So let me see what I can come up with. I like the icons in this, these puffy stickers. So I'm going to take this little like poolside drink thing, and I actually like the title of the line, which is Sunshine on My Mind, and I'm going to put that like right here underneath, I think. I want to get that straight because that's kind of a geometric print there. And I like this little umbrella. So I'm going to make it part of the title. And another nod to the fact that he's drinking something, I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to put some other stuff down there. So I think I'm done with the puffy stickers. Let me put those aside. And here are some stickers. There's Sun plus Fun. I like. Maybe right here. And I'm going to put that on some foam. I think it's the right width, but it's not the right length. Okay. And I think there is a frame that I had in mind to go there. Yes, it's that one. It is a just some little thing to kind of finish that off. And I want this to look like it's coming at least partly from under there. That's not straight, so let me pull it down on that end. Okay, and I think I'm gonna tuck this in. Where do I want to tuck that in? You know, when you start out these projects, you're pretty sure you can tuck a bunch of stuff in, and then you get there and it's kind of I like the blue with the green there. And you know, I said I was going to do stuff that wasn't flowers, but I keep going back to these things. I'm not seeing, you know, if there were pool toys or something like that, which a lot of, you know, summer collections might have, those would be appropriate. But I kind of like that it's a more subtle kind of references to sun and swim and stuff. It's not like literal. I wonder if one of these, like this small one, might be better there. But that leaves me with this one to go somewhere, and I might kind of scooch it up here and let it go like so, but I don't want it to cover up my title, so I'll just let it kind of out to the side like that. And let me get this small one and get some foam on it. Let's see, where is here we go, the thick foam. Do you hear the sound of silence? The window guys are gone, as is a very large chunk of the money I had in the bank. Okay, there we go. And there's this little frame that I thought maybe I'd put, well, that's not supposed to go there, but it might. I can cut it off. like so. And I'll save this, or maybe I'll add it as a little bit of kind of an accent. How about maybe right like so above the photo? There, just a little bit of texture and accent. I wanted to put these clouds, and what's funny is I cut them out of the yellow striped side of the paper that had these words on it. And I'm kind of liking the other side, the side that has the partial words. So I'm going to use them on that side. And I like the mixed media. It's not, it doesn't look exactly like Julie's, but I think overall the page is going to look like it was inspired by her. I'm going to put that there. And this one, whoops, I put the adhesive on the wrong side. I need to put it, and the letters are going to be upside down because of the way that I cut because of the orientation. And I used a punch for those. So they go this way. And then I've got another one that I'm just going to glue down flat. I better put the glue on the right side. I'll just put it right there. And I've got a little tiny yellow flower that's sitting here all by its lonesome. And I have a little tiny pink one that look like they might want some company somewhere. And I'm not going to get real sophisticated about, is that actually there or not? I may do this right there. And then I've got the yellow one that I'm going to put maybe down there. But I still want to go look for some other icons. There is what looks like a pink grapefruit here that came inside that frame. And I think that would be just fine. And it looks like it might be cute. Right there. And let's look and see what else. There's this yellow live in the sunshine, which kind of refers to the fact that the raccoon was kind of off his game. Let me put this like here. Okay, what do we have in here? We have tickets, and I have another one of those florals that's, I've got this, which could maybe, if I hadn't used that, this would be Okay, that could go there, or it could go here. And then this bottle could be lifted up and put on it. Not real thrilled with that idea, with any of those ideas. What else do I have? I have this, which could maybe go right up there. That green does contrast with the tags underneath it, but it doesn't really, if I put the green frame on foam, it would have stood out a little bit more. So I'm just going to put a flower there. When in doubt, put a flower. I've got a okay, here's I love this that says nothing can steal my sunshine, and I think I'm going to put it there. It doesn't allow it, it's not making for the same design that Julie has, the same diminishing sizes kind of look, but I think it's not horrible. I'm gonna add some leaf clusters, a couple of them. Coming out from underneath paper layers. I love layers and texture and unexpected color and things like that. So that comes out, and it kind of sort of goes with that. I'm worried about this little umbrella kind of sitting here all by its lonesome. So let me see if I can find anything. In here, I don't think we have anything that's going to work. There is, oh, there's this. I could cut part of that, and that could be the grounding part for the, I wish I'd put it there and put the word Intruder on top of it. And I suppose I could do that. But for right now, let's imagine that we're just going to cut it and let it be a kind of a grounding bit, and the umbrella can be anchored on it. But if it is on foam, then the umbrella kind of lifts up and isn't flat on the paper. And I don't like things flat on the paper, obviously. Very, very often, anyway. Okay. I'll do that and kind of curl that up. And that can go there. And then maybe I can have that doesn't. Maybe I'll take this off and move it over here like so, and have the umbrella kind of superimposed there with a tiny little bit of foam, and I need the skinny foam. And these little nitpicky details that I spend most of my time on any layout. I can usually get the base and the main stuff. Let's see, I want this over here. But then the embellishing is never quick. I'm always intimidated by Julie's pages, which is why I like to do them, because if I'm intimidated, then that means that they're challenging me and I learn something when I do it. Okay, there. And I've got that on, and those spots of glue will dry. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see. What else? Where do I want to use this? I've thought maybe, again, coming out of, but I'm not happy with this. I thought it added something there, but what I want there is something maybe a little round, or a small flower, or the best I can do with the puffies is a lime. How about a large enamel dot? And there are 2 enamel dot sets with this collection. One that are shiny, the regular kind, and then these matte ones that are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go with a matte one, and I'm going to select the teal, and I'm going to put it on some glue, and I'm going to tuck it so that it comes out. Just kind of barely shows itself out of there. And I'm going to do let's do an orange one, also a large one, kind of coming out from under this hibiscus. And I need to refill my glue. I'm not happy with that. Not using that greenery, but okay, there. And then I'm going to do one up here, and I'm going to use this blue one. I'm going to put it here, and then kind of tuck it like so. So you just get a little bit of the color. And then I'll use small ones in those same colors, but paired up differently. Let's do a green one, maybe right here. Is this not sticking? Okay, it is not sticking. So what do I need? Where did the thick? Oh, there is the thick foam. Okay, it's obviously doesn't come up high enough. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a piece of this because it's much stickier. This tape is much stickier than that thick foam or the skinny foam. Just different kinds of adhesive, I guess. Okay, there. That comes up enough. And I want this glue to stick to the, and I want that to kind of come over it. I want that to stick to the photo. And this obviously needs some liquid glue. Some puffies don't need extra glue, but some do. Okay, and that's turned up. I'm going to make another pass through and see if there are any images that I think might, or words that I think might be good. What's on here? There was a little sailboat. Let's see if I can find that little sailboat or anything else that's kind of cute. The sunglasses or the glasses might be kind of cute there. And then I've also got this, see, this blue frame would have been much better up there. I wish I had seen it. I'm just making a mess here. What did I have? Oh, look, 6 feet. That's like the measurement, the depth of the pool. I'm going to put that over that little frame. It's silly, but that little frame can kind of act as a... Okay, and where's the... What was it I was going to... I was looking for the sailboat. Let's see where we can put the sailboat, right? And I like the watermelon. Can I put the watermelon there? Just as if it were a... underneath there. That works. There. And the sailboat goes where? Maybe right here, kind of tucked under the flower, but with a little bit of foam lifting it up. And I've made a mess with all of these embellishments, and that's okay. And I certainly... What was I going to do? I was going to put it right here. And the sails are the 2 colors that I used up in that top section. Okay, this still doesn't have a home, and I don't know that it needs one other than, it could just kind of be peeking up from there. I could go on all day with tropical and, summertime embellishing. There's never enough. And until it gets too much. Okay, what a mess. And I'll have to put all this away off camera, obviously. But let's bring this back out. Lots of layers and then a lot of stuff. Her layers were thinner, and especially that top layer was a little bit thinner. So I just kind of tore mine willy-nilly without thinking about leaving myself room. But I've still kind of got that idea going there. I'm lifting this up to look for my pen to cover this. Now, one thing that I would like to do, the colors kind of get brighter as you go down, and I don't have very many bright colors up here. So here's where I'm going to take one of those jarring reds and kind of stick it up there. I'm fussy cutting it off of one of those combo embellishments. And I know that designers do that because there's a cost savings when you combine what could really be 3 or 4 embellishments onto one thing, and then you make the buyer separate them. Then if they have a 75-piece set, it could be, it's 75 that translates into maybe 105 if you, okay, so that kind of works there. That balances this red here and the red here and the red in this by bringing some up above there. And I think I'm going to call it done. I will write some journaling that's going to go on the back about the crazy raccoon. And this, I can see by the date, is September 10th, 2006. That was Barrett's second birthday. He was 2 years old on that day. I didn't know that we took a picture of a raccoon on Barrett's birthday. And you can see that we have the aluminum foil on our deck. We looked up one day, we were having a party, had some people over, and we were sitting under the deck, and we heard something up above us, and we looked up, and there's a mama raccoon and 6 little babies staring down at us. Cutest thing you've ever seen, and nobody had a camera. We couldn't get it on camera, so I have no proof. But we were very shocked and surprised that a mom had actually made a home in our attic and had gotten into the attic through this deck which we had added to the house after we bought it. And so when they built it, they didn't close up all the pathways to get into the attic. And it was really a shame. And we realized that was why that, I don't need to tell you that. We had some situations where some of the raccoons that we trapped and then relocated were violently opposed to going with us and being relocated. And I figure now that might have been, a mom that was leaving her babies behind. She had come down and gone for the, whatever we had. I think it was cheese that we usually put in the traps. She went for the cheese, and she was probably trying to get food for her babies. And here we go take her out to the lake. It's lovely, but I think she would have liked she'd like to have had her babies with her. So anyway, it was quite an experience, and we for many days we found raccoons in the trap and had to take them out to the lake. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.